All right, so I don't know if this is going to be added to the product market research video or if this is going to be separate, but we're going to be talking about product research criteria. Okay, this is very, very important in actually finding out whether or not you should run a product or not. And yeah, anyways, let's go right into it, bruv. So, first is a problem solving product. Now, if you've been in the ecom space or you've seen other people speak, you're probably going to hear this a lot. Okay, but what does this actually mean, right? Well, I'll put it like this. Let's say you're selling a fidget spinner, okay? Fidget spinner, you know what I'm saying? Back in the seventh grade, I used to trap this shit, all right? I used to trap this shit and I ran it up on Snapchat stories and I made hella bread. By hella bread, I mean like $200. But $200 when I was in the seventh grade was a lot of money, okay? Now, fidget spinners are a nice to have, okay? They don't really solve any problem unless you have like some OCD shit and you can't focus. But even then, it's probably like the only problem it could solve. You know, maybe there's a couple more that you can think of, but there's no apparent problem that has like this deep, deep problem that like you need to solve. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways to solve fucking OCD and shit. But anyways, most people will buy a fidget spinner just because it's cool and you just play around with it. Okay. The point is, there's no there's no real need for it. Aside from it being like a trend and that being the reason why a lot of people wanted it, like you don't see kids with fidget spinners anymore because it was just a trendy product, right? It was just cool at the time and it's cool to have. But now no one really has that shit. Okay? So now I'll give you another example. And matter of fact, I'll give it to the same age range. Okay? Seventh grade. In the seventh grade, if you hit puberty and you start building up some hormones, you probably had a shit ton of fucking acne. Okay, I know I did. It pissed me off. Well, not that much, but even a single pimple would piss me off. But anyways, acne. Now imagine you're selling acne creams. Okay, and now this acne cream is the end all be all acne solution. Okay, acne solution. Now, when you're in the seventh grade, eighth grade, you're like super, super perceptive to how everybody sees you, how everybody views you, and what people just think of you, what they say about you. So if you're the little fucking fat acne fucking loser, you know what I'm saying? Bitches don't fuck with you, the guys don't fuck with you, and you're just fucking sitting there by yourself questioning why the fuck nobody fucks with you. But if you can go up to that seventh grade kid and be like, yo, you take this cream, and I'm telling you, all that acne you got going on, it's all gone. You get your confidence up. You're gonna get the bitches. You're gonna get the guys talking to you because they're gonna think you're cool because you're getting the bitches. The next thing you know, you get the respect of everybody in the room, and now everybody's talking about you. You know what I'm saying? So you pretty much just become that guy, all because of his one acne cream. Now that is a much stronger positioning than a fucking fidget spinner. Oh, you can fucking play with your little fidget spinner. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the whole reason why problem-solving products are good. There's just a much bigger desire to have them. And chances are, if you market it in the right way and you tap into these emotional desires, you can get much faster and larger impulse purchases. Okay, fidget spinners, it's like it's like whatever. But acne cream, they'll be like, holy shit, I need this shit. I'm gonna buy it right now. So that is like fast, quick example, brief explanation of a problem-solving product and why problem-solving products are important. Okay, you pretty much want people to impulse buy, right? You want to market to them and be able to just tell them like, hey, you're dealing with this now. This is the situation you're in. My problem can solve this for you now. Just buy my shit now. And then people will buy. All right. Hopefully you understand the point. I don't really need to go more in depth than that. That's literally it. Right. And you can generally tell whether a product solves a problem or not. Some have more hidden problems, which you'll discover through research and just by thinking what the problem actually or product actually does. But generally speaking, you'll be able to tell from most products like what problems they solve. And some of them are more hidden than others. You know, like you might look at a dress and be like, oh, a dress is nice to have. But if it's a specific dress and that dress fucking like tightens your curves and shit as a woman, not as a guy, because that's gay. But let's say you're a woman and you get tightened up like some fucking shapewear shit, right? Boom. Problem you're solving is confidence. They don't want to lose weight. They don't want to eat. They don't want to eat less food. Oh, they want to stay fat as fuck, but they want to look slim, right? And then talk about body positivity. So, boom, that would be another impulse purchase because that solves a problem. You just have to think about the problems. Next, all right, I know we're on that for a little bit. Anyway, size of product, all right. Small products are easier, okay? Now, why are they easier? COGS, all right? Yo, I wrote that terribly. COGS, okay? Your product is probably going to be so much cheaper than your actual shipping cost that the makeup of your full COGS, like let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say your cost to ship your product, like the product, shipping, everything, full cost of goods to your customer, let's say it's $10. Out of this $10, 10 to 20% is your product, and like 80 to 90% is shipping. Okay, so now how is shipping calculated? Shipping is calculated based on weight and dimensions. Okay, so the overall space that it takes up. So weight, okay, let's just say like grams slash kg. Dimensions, length times width times height. So the overall space it takes up. Now, you could sell a fucking small ass dumbbell, all right? Small ass dumbbell, but it weighs 10 pounds. The shipping on this is gonna be fucking crazy. This is like 5 kg, okay? Or some shit, maybe a little less, like 4 point something, okay? This can be fucking expensive, the shipping, okay? And the product might be a decent amount expensive as well, but you get the point. Like 5 kg, 10 pounds, whatever 10 pounds equates to, it's gonna be expensive. But on the contrary, if you, let's say you have like this poster, okay? This poster is like this, okay? And in theory, this is super, super small, like in size, right? It's like a 10-pound dumbbell. It's really small, okay? This compared to this, and now this probably weighs, let's say it weighs 500 grams, all right? But it's fucking huge. Like it's a huge ass poster, but it's just like it's thin. It's like thin, doesn't weigh that much, but it takes up a big size. It's still going to cost a lot in shipping because it's going to take up more space, right? And even if you fold it, I don't know if that was gay or not, but let's say you fold the poster, okay, and you fold the poster and you put it into a thing, it's still going to be like this big ass rod, you know, like a little rectangle. It's going to be the big ass rod. So another thing like that will probably cost a decent amount in shipping, right? Now, what are perfect examples of low size costs, right? You could do, let's say it's like a capsule, right? Supplements. I'm just gonna do subs for short. T-shirts, like clothing. Small gadgets. I'm not gonna draw that. Gadgets. Fucking. Home goods. Pet products. Like there's a lot of stuff that can fit into this category. And this is also not me saying that you cannot sell heavy products. People sell heavy products all the time. I know people that literally sell bed frames. They literally sell fucking beds and they make a lot of money. All right? You can sell heavier products, but just know that eventually once you customize products, and I'll touch upon this briefly, once you customize your products, you're gonna have to buy stock. You're no longer drop shipping. Now, what happens when you buy stock? You have to put money up front. Now, if you don't have the money to cash flow your stock, you're going to face back-end issues, product issues, and your whole product chain is going to be fucked. All right? It is a lot easier when your shipping is most of your cost and your product is actually really, really cheap because then you can buy like 20, 30, 40, 50,000 pieces of your stock, right? Let's say your product is $1 and you buy 50,000 pieces. It's only 50K. Whereas imagine you like 50K, like I know 50K is a lot of money, but like once you're actually making money, it's fine to have 50K in stock. Okay, it's like an asset. But imagine your product is like $8 or some shit because it's like a bigger product, it costs more to make and shit like that, right? Just the product itself costs a lot more. to get from the factory and you order like 50K pieces, now what is that, 400K? You're paying 400K to cover the same amount of customers, right? And it's not the greatest example, but like you get the point. Like you're just gonna have to put a lot more money up front rather than having to cover like shipping and shit. Um, but yeah, your life is just gonna be a lot easier if you have a small product. Now again, it doesn't have to be this. I thought of some makeup products or cosmetics. But anyways, this is supposed to be a fast point. I don't know how we're at, holy shit, we're at 10 minutes. Yo, I need to fucking speed run this shit. Okay, product markup. Super simple. I'm not even gonna overcomplicate this. Okay, a lot of people say 3x. They say 2 to 3x. No, fucking retarded. Absolutely retarded. Do not do this shit. Okay, you need a 4 to 5x minimum, like minimum. Okay, and then it should ideally go up. Like aim for more if you can. Chances are you probably won't get more, but unless you have like a really sick offer. But 4 to 5x minimum. All right. Now, real quick explanation as to why this happens and why you should be doing this, bro. Facebook is a bidding platform. Okay, bidding. Let's just say auction. Actually, if you can spend more money on Facebook, you will make more money. You will spend more than other people, and more customers will come to you. Now, if you do not have that big of a margin on your product, you won't be able to spend that much on Facebook, right? Your CPA is going to be, your like target CPA or your break-even CPA is going to be lower than your competitors. But if you have a higher markup than other competitors, and you can do this by offer or just pricing higher on your products and then explaining why your quality is better, if you can convey that, then you can end up having a much higher break-even CPA than everybody else, and then you will just be able to spend more on Facebook. And what happens when you spend more on Facebook? You get more money back. What happens when you get more money back? You go to the fucking club, and you take that money and you throw it on bottle service, all right? Because you have more money. And no, you don't actually do that. But point is, you have more money to do that if you did want to. So I'm not going to go into this further, but 4 to 5x markup minimum on your product. Now, validated product, you want to make sure someone is already making money, okay? Is making money. Somebody's already making money with your product. Now, how do you actually, I guess, quantify this? How do you actually tell if somebody's making a good amount of money with your product, where you can validate it and test it, or they're making too much money with their product and you should steer clear? A couple of things. There's not like one way to do this, but you can kind of set like a baseline. Like for me, if I'm looking at Facebook ad library, right? Facebook ad library, and somebody has 150 plus ads running over 6 months, probably no go, right? It's just like not worth it. Like these guys have been running for a while. Clearly they're making a lot of money. They have a decent amount of ads. Nah, I wouldn't really bother. It's not to say that you can't technically overthrow them. Like with my brand, I kind of did that. I kind of just overthrew the original guy. But it's a lot harder to do. So I wouldn't aim for this, especially if you haven't hit a winner yet. I think it'd be better to focus on less. So aim for like around 100 ads or less for the comp, okay? And then let's say they're running for like 2 to 3, actually even 3 months is a long time, like maybe 2 months. I'll say 2 to 3 months or less, right? This is just easier. It would be easier to tap into a market like this, right? But it's still validated. Like there's people making money with that product. So it's like they're not too far ahead where you can't compete yet, right? They're definitely ahead, but you can still get in there and just do better than them. But they're not making an astronomical amount of money, like 8 figures plus or some shit, where it's like, yo, don't even bother trying. They're just gonna DMCA you or just outbid you, and just no point, and you're wasting your time, right? And there's already established market leaders. But yeah, overall, you just want to make sure that somebody is already making money with your product. You could do this with, there's some tools like Shop Hunter, which is not that accurate. I used to use it a little bit, but I forgot what happened. It broke a little bit. It's not that accurate anymore. And then there's also SimilarWeb. That's a Google extension. You can use that to view the number of website visitors that a website has per month. So it kind of gives you a rough idea, just how many people are hopping their website. But to be honest, my favorite way of telling is just going on the Facebook ad library, looking at their ads, look how long they've been running, look how many ads they have, and you can even pull up like their direct Facebook posts and kind of look at the comments, shit like that. But you gotta be creative with it. And overall, just make sure that somebody is selling the product, right? Somebody's out there selling it. It's just much easier that way. Now, last one is sourceability. Okay, make sure uh, make sure supplier can source. All right. Some products, believe it or not, are not sourceable. Most products are, especially if they're on like Calculated, TikTok, and all this other shit. But sometimes you'll find products that are just not sourceable. Okay. So ask your supplier, can you source this product? Or check whatever shipping thing you're using. But what I will tell you is like my supplier can find me products that are not on CJ, not on Zendrop, not on all these things. And good thing for you, kind of. Technically, you'd have to fucking join the Discord, but I give my supplier to everybody inside my Discord, like the exact supplier I use. So if you want access to my supplier, you can join the Discord. No, I'm not giving it out for free. Fuck you. And yeah, if you have a different supplier, that's fine too. Like just make sure whoever your supplier is, make sure they can source your products. Okay. Do not go through the whole process of setting up a store and then figuring out that your product can't even be sold. All right, you don't want to deal with that headache. I've done that before. So that's about it. These are probably the main five. I could add a couple other things, but I don't want to like scare or confuse you. So if you can focus on these five things and follow the other market research video that I mentioned, then or not market research, product research video I mentioned, then yeah, you'll be all right. Use those methods, apply these as a little checklist, and yeah, you'll be chilling. But anyways, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll respond. We'll see. And we'll see you in the next video, bruv.